Hello everyone, I am Tacit and welcome to the Gems of War campaign 16, week 10, day 6, almost the final day, tomorrow will be. But today we are going to be going and trying to still finish up some things this week. The most noteworthy two are, well, I guess under Spire as well, else we need to go do that pet. But the most noteworthy two is we're still trying to hit our 300 vault key milestone, as we tend to do most vault weekends. Going for the good old 300. But on top of that, with the version 7.3 patch, we are trying to get both of the new 2 silver pets, and probably will be going every single week going forward until we have them all. And so far I have the bird, but we still need another, what is that, 350 silver marks for the other guy. So we're pretty much there. 350 more. That means so far this week we've earned 1,150 of them. And we just need to get 350 more, which we have to do all in one day between now and tomorrow, end of tomorrow. So this shouldn't be too bad. They don't take that long to farm. You know, they take a little bit of time, but not like it's easily doable in a day. So we should be able to get that done. I'm not sure we'll make what top 100 from that. I don't think we will, because a lot of other people are probably doing pretty similar. So like there's gonna be like a big wall of them like right around the moment where you actually would get enough, which apparently I guess is about 34,000 right now potentially, which makes sense based on where our score is right now. I think a lot of people may have stopped there and then didn't really go any further. And honestly, we're probably going to do the same. Or this will probably be like, I want to say 32,000 by the end of it. Which will not be leaderboard unless we go bother grinding for a little bit more, but probably not. Once we have the silver marks, it's the main thing I wanted to get down. And then we need to do the grind again tomorrow, or next week, I should say. But anyways, as far as where should we start? A lot of modes are finished now. Obviously, the world event has been finished from the guild. It actually already was last night. I didn't bother claiming it yet. And we got a major blue, and of course all of our shiny keys. Still hoarding those shiny keys for when another good thing comes into drop table. We're currently sitting on 101 of them. Oh yeah, one thing I should go do. There were 6, when they first added boost pets, there were 6 of them that were added that were never like immediately maxable. Like, you know how a lot of the other ones come out through events where you can kind of just max them all out pretty much simultaneously and not need to really worry about getting copies of them. Well, the first 6 they ever released were added in a random patch, like 6.6, 6.7 or something. And when they did, they were never really that easy to get compared to all the other ones. And this is one of those original 6 that I've still never maxed, despite the fact of having like dozens of these little guys maxed. This was back in the very first batch of them that were way harder to get, just because you had to get them through this random RNG system rather than getting pretty much a guarantee max just by doing something. Like, you know, whenever those Journey Reborns or whatever they're called, Legends Reborn events. Which we haven't had in a while, by the way. When was the last time we've had a Legends Reborn event? I think the last time was in May, unless I'm forgetting one. I'm pretty sure it was in May for Donna. So it's been a good, what, 6, 7 months? It's one of those events they kind of forgot existed. I've been to Journey events for a little while, where they kind of forgot Journeys exist in the game. And I feel like that has happened to Legends Reborn, because yeah, unless I'm forgetting of it a moment, the last time we have had a Legends Reborn event was in May for Adana, which is quite a while, to say the least. That's a little over half a year at this point. Anyways, hello everyone! Hope all of you guys have been having a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Hope you guys have been having wonderful luck with the Vault event. Hello, Lester. Hello, Alex. Hello, Roman. Hello, hello, Bill. Hello, Andreja. Hello, Lesta. Hello, Haley. Hello, Isabel. Hello, Tyrion. Hello, hello, Outlander. Hello, who did we miss? Hello, Shusha Ninja. Hello, Cookie. Hello, Supernova. Hello, Outlander, and hello, everyone else. Wait, there's 2 different Outlanders. But welcome, welcome. Alright, let's go and explode. Oh, never mind. Just the profile image changing. I was like, wait, there's 2 of you. Oh, it's a little Genki. Wait, is Genki here? I didn't see the Genki comment. I assume she's been pretty busy with the new, oh, what's it called, update? I think they're having some kind of shiny event. I haven't bothered doing it. Same reason we haven't done Pokemon. Because I haven't had the time. We're getting a lot last-minute holiday stuff done. I just now picked up holiday cards. A little late. One of the other things I did today. While I was out, I was like, wait, I still haven't picked up holiday cards. So I got them all today. So let me go ship them out. I didn't bother because they're not going to pick it up on Monday or until Monday anyways. So I didn't even bother with it. Because I'm pretty sure they don't pick up mail on Sundays. And there we go. And I need one more copy for an upgrade, and well, we're guaranteed to get at least one copy, and luckily we got two. Perfect. Let's go upgrade the little guy. Alright, upgradable. That's not what we wanted. Upgradable. And there we go. If we ever use a virus out of the 0 times we're ever going to use them in the future, we will have 1 higher damage on him. Perfect. But we'll be able to go and, you know, max them all out eventually. So I'm one step closer to that, even if it's on something pretty useless. The virus is, like, good only, like, the first few weeks you start the game, and then is never used again. Unless you draft him in arena or something. Like, not even in a 4 times giant restriction would you end up using him. Anyway, since we're jumping some dailies right now, let's go do some dungeons. Anything good? No. Anything good? No. No. Super no. Ultra no. And Zolgoth time. How many Volkies are we going for? Same as per usual. 300. You finally got Dawnbringer? Nice, Mini. What's hello, Black. Welcome, welcome. You got 35 keys so far? Nice. Well, that's still not too bad. That's not that far behind. You gotta start somewhere. Yeah, I haven't used social media in a long while. Actually, now that I think of it, have I even really used social media all year? For the most part, I don't think I really have. For, like, any reason. On any account. Hello, Chad. Welcome, welcome. You got your first Mythic 6-star troop today? Nice. Oh, you got Rowain all the way max? Very nice. Yeah, that's a great one to have max. Does YouTube count as social media? Oh, no, does it? I guess they do kind of have a posting section, but I don't use that. Like, they kind of have something that's almost like a, I'm not sure what website would be closest comparable to. But they do have, like, a little message board thingy that I could use that I never use, almost. I think my last post on it was, probably over a year ago. Actually, you know when it probably was? I think the last time we posted was when we had a really big connection issue. I think back in February of this year was the last time I used the YouTube's messenger system thingy. Because we couldn't stream for like a day or two or something. Because our internet was like super, super absurdly slow. Like I posted an image of it being like a decimal of a gigabyte per second. Or something absurd. Like some kind of really absurdly low connection. We eventually got it fixed a few days later. Though, putting a wired connection to it still doesn't work. I'm not sure what happened that day. Over 9 months later and it still doesn't work properly. Like I found a alternative fix for it, but I still never found a way to fix that issue that we had back in February, by the way. Like if I put a wired connection up to my computer, it still lags. Just as bad as it did then. I really don't know what happened. Like, the wired connection to it just stopped wanting to work. I guess there's something with it's just a bit faulty. Hello, Genki! Welcome, welcome. Yeah, we did that. We did that. Do we have anything good here? Not really. Just a booster that will get delayed till tomorrow. Got our vault keys. Got our little bit of gems. Let's go do some Underspire then. I think it's the only daily we haven't done. And then we'll go touch Underspire and pretty much be good to go. We are currently a little behind the curve, but I don't know. We'll see where we go. So buy up the torches. Buy one of you. Buy one of you. Whatever we still need, we finish tomorrow. Alright, hopefully this is the way, so we don't have to go through too many torches right now. How do you get Ironhawk? He's a random drop from Glory Gem Guild and VIP chests. He's pretty rare, given that it is a mythic. Best times to ever get him would be to get 8,000 or 12,000 diamonds, so you can get 1 or 2 copies of him. Or sorry, 2 or 3 copies of him from Soulforge when he rotates around. Or the other alternative is wait until an Adana event and have hundreds or thousands of event keys and hope you get lucky. But yeah, trying to get a very specific mythic can be a little hard sometimes. But saving diamonds for them is generally our best bet. We got a double path. How far off are we that that's a double path? That double path could still be valid, so we're going to go for it. We're not far enough off for it to automatically likely not be it. Yeah, Genki's great. How can you get the lover? Farm this current vault event that's going on right now by quickly killing Explore. Then after the vault event, use all your vault keys, and it's in the vault key drop table. Oh yeah, what is lovers for? Is that used for... That's used for one of the things. Is that Dawnbringer's one? I always forget which... Or not Dawnbringer. Is that not Dustbringer? I will eventually say the right thing. What does Wand use? Is it the lovers, or is it something else? I think it might be. I can't remember. I should probably know, given that it's like such a relevant weapon. Because I already had it, so I never really paid much attention to it. But, I don't know. Yeah, the lovers are from vaults. Let's see. But I can't remember what the weapon uses. Oh, is it the thing for wand? Okay, that's why I thought lovers was relevant, yeah. It's the really important one that you need to craft wand. Alright, that's why the lovers is very important, yeah. Because once you have the lovers, you basically own wand as a weapon. Because that's by far the hardest component to get from it. Alright, let's go finish out Underspire. By finish, I mean as far as we can get today. Especially as we hit every possible dead end. The illustration has Rowan and Rowan in it. It is to have like 2 little earth spirit thingies. Yeah, the quick kill Ironhawk teams are pretty nice. But they are pretty hard to get, especially the 2 or 3 that you need to actually make it work. Because Ironhawk teams don't really work with 1. Well, they do, but they're not quicker than not use. Like the speed of 0 Ironhawk is the same as 1 Ironhawk. It doesn't get quicker until you have 2 or 3. Has she been doing the Marshmallow Man song a lot? I've only had hot chocolate a couple times so far this year. I bought a whole thing of it. I think I even mentioned on stream. I bought like a whole thing of it like a couple weeks ago. And I think I've had like 3 cups total only since then. Honestly, I could go down the whole thing. $500k souls off of Dawnbringer? Nice. Yeah, I just do personally feel like Dawnbringer's worth it. Out of any of like the million soul weapons, I still feel like it's the first one to go for. That or that one ruby weapon. They're both pretty good. But the main utility of Dawnbringer is the what do you call it? The 4 times barrier. The fact that it barriers a whole team is very nice. It allows it to be used for quite a few things. Like that one true damage ruby weapon is nice, but there's already so many ways to do true damage. Not necessarily off a hero, but, you know, generally speaking. Whereas there's not that many ways to 4 times barrier your team. Hey, finally, the boss room. Oh, I should have just went down to begin with. But we only wasted 2 torches, so honestly, that's not too bad. It seemed like we were starting to waste a lot, but we only ended up ultimately wasting 2 torches on this area. But no dead end rooms, oddly enough. Alright, we're pretty good on pacing right now, then. We're moving into the final section with 10 torches, with 1 day left. It's not ideal, but it's far from the worst situation we could be in. Actually, you know what? I kind of want to go for mana first. I can't take any of this. I'll stick a red. Well, no, that I can't take it. None of it's purple. We need those precious purples. After buying the Dungeon Dragonite and completing Under Spire, you crafted Stellar Axis today? Nice. Huge congrats. Yeah, Stellar Axis has been a lot of fun. That's still something I want to try fitting in tomorrow if I can. I still want to cover a video on Stellar Axis specifically. And the one Hourglass guy specifically. As they are both pretty good. Mostly Stellar Axis. But they both have their potential. The other guy's a lot more utility-based, where Stellar Axis, you can get away with him in a lot of teams. I still prefer Diamantino, though, I do have to say. But he is really good. But I'm a lot more likely to use Diamantino over him. Unless it's like a really, really long fight. Or in case of course, restrictions prevent you from using Diamantino. Actually, now that I think about it, what kingdom is Stellar Axis even associated to? I completely forget. I don't even know what to guess. Because it kind of has like that kind of futuristic kind of carbon fiber look to it. I actually completely forget. Oh, let's see, where's Stella? Stella is from Volpacia. What? That's a random one. Why on earth is it from Volpacia? The amount of confusion I have right now. What? Why Volpacia? Of all the places it could be. That's one. Like, I could see, like, Nexus or something. Why on earth is it in Volpacia? That is such a weird location. Well, at least Volpacia has a good troop now. Other than Infinite Loop Green. Let's see. What are we doing here? I was trying to find... Oh, yeah, finish Under Spire. Or at least 8 more torches. We'll finish it tomorrow. Why can't a dragon be from there? It's not that a dragon being from there is weird. It's that Stellar Axis specifically is from there that is weird. It just doesn't seem like it's a kingdom that it belongs in. I was gonna say, Bone Dragon better not kill us. Almost did. Oh yeah, never mind. We do have the Fennec from Volpacia. It's not too good, though. Its final trait is good, but its ability is basically just true damage poke. Like an average amount of true damage. Like, almost all of its value comes from its final trait. Which isn't necessarily a bad thing. But I feel like it gets used very rarely because of that. These normally get prioritized damage over mana accumulation. But it does have a rather unique support ability. Off of its final trait. How do you get a dragon? They're all in Soulforge. There's 2 different categories now. There's the Gem Dragons and the Celestial Dragons. I personally feel like it is still better to go for the Gem Dragons first. They're also slightly cheaper. And they're all actually useful. Unlike the Celestial Dragons, where pretty much only the very last one is useful. Yeah, compared to Tesla, basically everything does 0 true damage. That's the easiest way to describe true damage currently in the game. There's Tesla, and then there's things that are decent. And, like, the categories basically go things that do no true damage, things that don't do enough true damage, things that do an adequate amount of true damage, and then Tesla. That's pretty much how true damage is currently in the game. I still have no clue why they buffed her. That was probably the strangest thing that happened in the Adana rework. I think the strangest way, too, is how they buffed her. They didn't make her magic that does absolutely nothing do something. They instead gave her a better boost ratio. Her magic still does nothing. I believe she's the only mage in the entire game, of any rarity, that is a mage, but gains no benefit from gaining the 6 magic from being a mage. It's very weird. If they wanted to buff her and make her more coherent, like, they just would have made her, you know, do damage based on magic. It just seems really weird that they would give her even more damage than that would have by giving her, better boost ratio. It's a very weird change to her. And she was already really good. Oh, there's the door. Now to figure out where on earth the rest of this pathing is, with 3 torches that we have all of tomorrow to go find it. And then we can focus on gnomes the rest of the stream, and PvP. I'll be doing a mix of both. Gnomes and PvP, PvP and gnomes. I mean, not gnomes. I mean, yeah, gnomes. You know what I mean. Vault events, stuff like that. Yeah, we'll take that. We'll take that. Ooh, that looks juicy. Give me that. Oh no, the mana drain. Give me more of that. Wait. How are we going to go about this? This is a slight problem. Luckily, you use blue. I just need to take like 1 big giant gem purple or something. I got a bit of a problem. I wasn't expecting this fight to be hard. This fight was not supposed to be a hard fight. This turned out to be one of the hardest we've had. There we go. Okay. Nope, 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 nope. Not with the mana drain, we won't. What is that from? The fox thing? From its convert. The problem is by the time I get them rolling back again, it just gets drained again off the next blue. No! I lost my first lot! I needed that. I was about to cast it too. Alright, fine. We'll get you back up. What a weird fight. Hello, Logic Slayer! Welcome, welcome. Alright, found a door. Where do we want to go now? We only have 2 paths, so not too many places to go. I'm just gonna go here, I guess. That's the worst that can happen. Yeah, some of the instances of Dragonite within the game are very, 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 very expensive and should be avoided. The best way to get Dragonite is basically just farm Vault events. You get a lot of free Dragonite from doing Vault events, which we have going on right now this weekend. It's the best way to get a lot of it for free pretty consistently, because of the Dragonite gnomes. Right, 2 torches left. I need you to not die by the time I get you full mana. There we go. Hello, Draco. Welcome, welcome. Alright, the final torch. And then tomorrow we will finish out the final section. We'll be good to go. And that'll be under Spire World. Spire, correct first time. Under Spire completed. As of tomorrow, then. Alright, we need to take the brown. Oh, I should have taken the red first. Oh no, I could take a free red. At least we got free blue out of it. Alright, what do we need here? We'll take that, get a little bit of red, double cast this, be good to go. He'll do his little devour thingies. Can I get anything there? Not really. Oh, I'll take that, get that. Cast it again, again. And we're good to go. And that's a double dead end, and that is a path. And we'll find out more tomorrow. Anyways, alright, let's go and hand out a redeem code. And then I think we are going to start paloozing some. And then kind of did how we did yesterday, and then like end on a little bit of PvP. Maybe get like another 50 marks. Because then we just have to get 300 tomorrow if we do 50 tonight. So I think that'll be the game plan. With our like 4-ish paloozas or so, 4 or 5. We'll get like 50-ish marks or so. And whatever we don't finish, we'll finish tomorrow. Because we're still going to need... how many more paloozas do we need to do on average? I guess 9 more? We need to do about 9 more paloozas or so. So we got to do like 4 or 5-ish tonight. Anyways, let's start doing them. Let's go ahead to the main map. Let's go make sure our team is set. Let's go hand out a code. Because I think I was using... oh, yeah, we switched to Magnesia. We go switch to double Iron Hawk. Let's see. What should you take for the elite thing when you max Rowan? It's an epic rarity, so you can use either 1 epic rarity medal or 3 of the previous one, the ultra rare rarity. And then for its second level, you should use 2 epics. And then for its final level, you should use either 1 legendary or 3 epics. Basically, you have to do it based on the equivalent value of what their level is. So Rowan is an epic, so you have to do 1, 2, and then 3 epic tokens, or the equivalents of so. So for the first level, you can get away with 3 of the previous level. And at the final level, you could do 3 of the upper level, which would be Anu for the higher level, and what's the other one? Orpheus for the lower level. But to keep it really simple, you could just use 1 of the epic rarity ones, then 2, then 3. And that'd be the simplest way of doing it. Alright, let me go get you guys a code. Use on gemsware.com for the game code section. Your invite code can be found in the settings menu. Redeem code is right over there in chat. There we go. And it gives the same reward as always. 2 treasure maps, 1 gem key, 200 souls, and 2,500 gold. Enjoy, everyone. And you know what? We have 1 XP booster. You know what? I'm actually going to use it today. Might as well. It's not going to be that much slower doing it like this. Alright, make a collect and quickly rush over to the Palooza. Soul Forge, other... And wait, we only have 5 Paloozas left? What happened to all my Paloozas? Paloozas, where'd you go? Wait, when did we run so low on them? I actually need to go make sure I farm some tomorrow during the day. 5's not going to get us there. Gonna need at least another 4, if not more. Well, hopefully we can find some tonight. Otherwise, I need to go find some during the day tomorrow. I definitely haven't been able to grind as much this weekend, that's for sure. Might be one of the reasons why they're so low. I didn't realize they were that low, though. Gosh. Basically at 0. After the stream, we pretty much will be. Other thing that might be doing it too is some of my free time that would have went to vault grinding has also gone to the PvP grind, of course. Oh, speaking of which, for any of you that haven't caught it yet, I posted a little bit right before this video, or right before the stream. But I posted a video on 20 PvP teams for all the ones that we have available right now. And we'll do the same thing next week's Tuesday, going over 20 teams. And if I have a time, maybe I'll even do it on Monday. But by next week's Tuesday, we'll have a video up on the next 20 PvP teams. So there's 10 different sections, and I show whatever team I'm using, plus a low rarity team. Yeah, when you're able to give them medals, you do it based on what the rarity it is. So you'd use 1, then 2, then 3 of the epic one. Since it's an epic rarity troop. I don't believe Orwain gets that much for stats, though. It gets like a weird mix of like attack and magic and something. I don't think it actually gains any armor, oddly enough. Despite it being, of course, one of the bigger beneficiaries in the entire game of armor. But still worth maxing because I believe she gets like 4 magic out of it. Which isn't a lot, but still helps on top of all the damage she already has. It's like 2 or 4. I can't remember what typing she was. I know it's some amount, more than 0. Hey, Dragonite Gnome. Speaking of Dragonite from earlier. There's a little bit. We're going to get a very small amount, though, because we're doing it at a very low difficulty range. Just to kill them quicker. Probably going to drop us like 5 here. Up 10. Oh, yeah, a little better. Can you give Rowan more armor or not? Well, giving it armor tokens does not give it more armor. When you're upgrading something with those metals, you're doing it based on what their rarity is, not based on what the stat is. I can't remember if she gains armor or not. The benefit that you get for each level is based entirely on what the troop is, not based on what you give it. So you can't just like give it guard medals and give it armor. That doesn't work. It simply just takes their rarity for upgrade purposes, not the actual stats of the medal. Oh, speaking of Dragonite Gnome, what's with the back-to-back Dragonite Gnomes? Did we just have one like literal seconds ago? It's kind of weird because per thing we normally only see like 2, and we've already seen 2 in like 4 minutes. See about 1 or 2 per Palooza. 3 if you're lucky / unlucky. Because the Dragonite is nice, but they also slowed this team down specifically. As we cannot one-shot them with the double hit. Which I guess 2-shot it in that case. But you know, 1 cycle when I say 1-shot. Because even though you have to cast twice, I technically consider that a 1-shot. But it's more like a 1 cycle than a 1-shot, but it's basically a 1-shot. Though in theory, we're actually hitting them 5 different times. With 5 damage. We're doing 5 instances of 5 damage. Because of how the 2 Iron Hawks break down. And as I recall, they actually do hit through barrier in that way. Like, they do count as independent damage sources. You can see that probably pretty well if you ever fight against orcs. Like the ones that gain 5 armor when they take HP damage. You can see it activating pretty noticeably there. The 5 instances of 5 damage. Yeah, she gets magic from metals. It's either 2 or 4, I can't remember. She doesn't actually get any armor, I don't think, though. It's like a little bit of attack, a little bit of magic, and like something else. Maybe HP or something. I don't remember. I remember it wasn't a lot. Like, it was more than nothing, but it wasn't like a huge amount. You got 300 Dragonite. I assume you mean this weekend? From Gnomes alone. That's pretty nice. Yeah, haven't actually kept track of how much Dragonite I've gotten this weekend. I would have if I still need the Celestial Dragons. But as I mentioned before we even got them, if we got lucky on the Celestial Dragons, it definitely would have made me grind a little bit less this weekend. That definitely ended up happening. Still grinding it, though. But yeah, we would have had like a Dragonite tracker if we hadn't already gotten all the Celestial Dragons. No, it cannot kill difficulty 2 in 1 shot. This team can only specifically do Explore 1. And only Explore 1. Anything higher than that, it cannot 1-shot. Another Dragonite Gnome. That's our 3rd one in 6.5 minutes. Not sure if I'm happy for that or not. You need to get mana. One of you just need to get mana already. There we go. How do we only get 3 Dragonite from that one? We got like a 10, a 14, and that guy only dropped 3. Were the other ones high rolling that much? That means we would have got 100 from one of them. You know, if it was not during a Palooza. Where they have extremely nerfed rates. Yeah, we'll still need Dragonite in the future. So hello, Eric. Welcome, welcome. Because there's a good chance they're going to do a third wave of dragons. I wouldn't be surprised if that actually does become a yearly thing. What do you do to level 10 kingdoms or power? What do you mean, what do you do? Oh, you mean to get them to level up? You just need to put gold in them. Unless you mean star level 10. There's two different level 10s you could do to a kingdom. One is the primary level that you do with gold. And you could do it only with gold. You do eventually need some other currencies, like deeds and stuff like that in the future. But to get to level 10, you only need gold to upgrade it. Unless you're referring to 10 star. In which case, I forget the full list of everything you need. But I believe the hardest one is you actually need one copy of a mythic from the location. Unless I'm thinking of a different category. But isn't 10 the one that requires a mythic? I know 5 requires a legend. I always forget what 10 requires because it's been so long. I haven't seen a level 10 kingdom in a while. Actually, I say that. Volpacia is actually about to hit level 10. Probably tell me there. When are we getting a next set of dragons? We don't know. Could be in about a year from now. Could be multiple years. So far, we only have 2 sets. Gem Dragons, which we got in October of last year, and Celestial Dragons, which we got this month. Like a week ago. Actually, less than a week ago. Yeah, all of them are pretty good. Like, all 14 of the dragons that you can get through Dragonite. Like, you can build teams out of any of them. But I do personally feel like, well, obviously Diamantina and Stellarix, the end ones that you get all the way at the end, are obviously some of the better ones. But I do feel like the gem dragons, like 1-to-1, compared to the other colored dragons, are better. Though the newer ones do have higher extra turn chance. But not by much. Yeah, we need to catch up on the Palooza grind. We're actually a little behind right now. Not even at 100 keys yet. Well, I guess if you count pity, we will be after this one. I'm still aiming for that 300. I think the only thing really holding us back is farming a few Paloozas tomorrow. Because you can get RNG'd for hours if you get unlucky. Or if we get really lucky, we'll get like 10 of them in an hour. Problem is getting the actual number you need. We got mail. Oh, that might be the redeem code. Thank you, whoever claimed it for us. I can't think of anything else that would trigger our mail right now. Is there some way to get more Dragonite? Well, the best way to get infinite Dragonite, I would say in the current state of the game, is farming Vault events like we are right now. Like, not exactly this, but, you know, just quick killing with, like, Rowain if you have it or something similar. Just go to low-level Explore and quick kill those. Because you will get quite a bit of Dragonite if you find a stray Dragonite gnome. Like, they drop anywhere from, like, 20 to 100 if you find one outside of a Palooza. Which is quite a sizable amount. Yeah, you can get them through gems, which early on in the game you probably don't want to do. You can get them from getting lucky on daily dungeons. And you can also get the couple from free from angels. Which you also synergizes pretty well with trying to farm them from low-level Explorer. Because low-level Explorer is also the quickest way to get angels to spawn. As well as merchants, but it costs gems to buy it from merchants. Whereas the angels give it to you for free. They give you a smaller amount, but it's for free. I think they give like 10 Dragonite or something. Not a lot, but it's also not that rare of a drop on them. Hey, Celestial's nice. You got a badge of Nisha and an Imperial from an Angel today? Nice. Yeah, my Angel luck has been pretty average this week. I haven't gotten any, like, the super absurdly good ones, but I also haven't gotten any of the absurdly bad, like, double choice of nothing. Been very middle ground this week. Also, I don't think I've gotten a single Vault Key or Epic Vault Key from a single Angel this week. Which doesn't really matter since we have Vault Weekend. Well, that many we've seen is kind of surprising. I need to clean my glasses. Gosh, they're dirty right now. I can really tell when I have the other light on, so the green screen can green screen. That, like, how dirty the glasses are at a given time. Because it highlights everything so well that I can see, like, every single dust particle. It keeps magnetizing towards it. Well, a lot of grinds in Gems of War can be maintained without too much time. Like, you play through most of the game with, like, half an hour a day. Maybe close to an hour a day if you're in, like, a more active guild. What's the difference between Epic and Vault Keys? They have the same drop table. Epics just have more loot in them. But they drop the exact same stuff. But on average, you get about 2 to 3 times more loot in an Epic Vault Key. But the actual loot itself is the same. Oh, wow. We got a really horrible final fight here. I can stop the timer now. Give it a few extra seconds. And dead. Wow, that's horrible. Why did I even wait? That is horrifically bad loot at the end. Also because we got 4 bad gnomes. All side by side. It knows when it's about to end. It knows. Let's go get our tracker right now. Where are we at right now for keys? Well, so far for that, we're actually down on normal keys. That's not ideal. Epics are at 9. Alright, so that's not too bad. We're only 1 key down. We got average amount of Epic Vault Keys and 1 less Vault Key than we would have wanted. That's still fine. Versace ahead of the curve on both. We have 1 more Epic Vault Key than we should have, and we have about 5-ish more Vault Keys than we should have. It's not too bad. Anyways, let's go throw down another. We gotta throw at least a few more this stream. Because whatever we don't do tonight, we're gonna have to do tomorrow. And still aiming for that 300 milestone. Counting pity, counting epics. But still 300 nonetheless. Oh yeah, early on I would say that the daily system does take a little bit longer. But there's a lot of stuff you can start skipping later in the game. And grinds can be longer per week if you're trying to go for, like, stretch goals. Like, if you're trying to max out, like, every hero class in the game. And stuff like that. Because that takes a long amount of time. I think with the most optimal methods in the game, it's roughly, like, 28-ish hours, give or take a bit. And there's, what, 36 classes? About to be another one soon. Like, all hero classes realistically take over 1,000 hours to max. But a lot of that XP comes in passively. There's also very little need to max all of them until later in the game. And by that point, it's not that big a deal to focus on whatever ones you're still missing. Then the Underspire grind's quite long. It's a daily I completely ignore because we've already done everything we really need to do with it. But that daily, depending on how you go about it, takes about 10 to 30 minutes a day. But you never really see me doing them on stream other than like maybe Tuesdays or if we have a weekend event for it. But earlier on in the game, that daily is actually pretty quick. It doesn't actually get into like really long until like mid-game when you're actually trying to raise the levels on them. Because early on in the game, you just camp one single faction at level 20 and just grab your daily shards with like one-shot Rowan. City of Thieves is a pretty good location for it. Not only does it allow Rowan build, but it has the best treasure rooms. He's using that team, even with lower stats, takes, I want to say, like... Well, I guess if you're doing every room, it takes a little longer. But it takes, like, 12 minutes, I want to say. Like, 12 to 15. Oh, you know what other stream randomly got demonetized for some reason? I have no clue why. The Wednesday night stream. You know, the one where we had, like, everyone watching. That one somehow got demonetized. I don't know how. Probably lost a few bucks from it. Not that big a deal, but I have no clue how, though. Like, I haven't gotten demonetized on a single stream pretty much all year. Then at the end of the year, I get, like, double demonetized when we make the most amount of money from it. Because ad revenue generally makes more this time of year. Not that much more, though. Streams in general make so little compared to videos. You are behaving. You blame Lester. I don't know what triggered it. I don't know what triggered it either time, to be honest. Because they don't tell you. They just said, like, something something language, something something not appropriate, something something demonetized partially or completely. Like that little yellow mark. But it doesn't actually, like, point to a part in the video and be like, this is where we tracked it. And this was, like, what was wrong. It just says, yeah, inappropriate language. It's just really weird because it's literally 2 streams out of every stream we've done all year. And they're both almost back to back. Very strange. Yeah, it's actually insane how much more videos make these days compared to live streams. I'm not sure what's changed in YouTube's, like, monetization system. But, it's actually, like, a complete difference. Like, I've almost considered stopping the nightly streams just from how big of a difference it is. I'll still keep doing them, though. It's always fun to do. But it's actually kind of insane. Like, a 10-minute video can make easily more money than an entire week of streaming. The stream will get demonetized by talking about YouTube. I don't think it will from that. I said hello, Eric. Welcome, welcome. Oh, come on. There we go. Ooh, Epic Volky. Love to see it. Into the pile. Oh, catch you later, Andrew. So sorry I didn't see your comment earlier. Not sure if you're still here, but goodbye. Hope you have a good night. Sleep well. Gosh, how did I miss that? That was such a long comment. I feel like one problem with longer comments is they're easier to see. But because I can only see so many comments at once, if there's like a few other comments like immediately after, it just scrolls through so quick. Because how much room it takes up. Yeah, I do have to say, one statistic on our YouTube channel that's pretty insane is retention time for live streams. Like, it is absurdly above what the average is. But that's mostly because there's so many regulars that come by, like, every single night. Just to stop by and say hello and everything. Which is greatly appreciated, of course, all of you guys stopping by. But it's actually insane how high it is. Like, it's above 50%. Which is just absolutely insane. Like, if you look at, like, any random person's stream, it's probably, like, 10 to 20%. Yeah, ours is normally around, like, the 50 to 70-something%. Our regulars just come to troll. You can't believe you missed another stream or Lester got in trouble? Lester did not get in trouble this stream. Yeah, thank you, Eric. Greatly appreciate it. Hey, any of you guys hyped for the holidays around the corner? Because I'm pretty much almost nearly prepared for it at this point. Still a week off at this point, though. How will you use the gold boosters? Oh, I just click them immediately and ignore them. And I'll probably do the exact same thing next week. But my plan for using the gold and soul boosters is click collect all and play some PvP for that hour. I have no plan on actually utilizing them to farm resources. It's just too inconvenient claiming them one at a time constantly. It would just take too much time. It would also make it take 2 hours on, actually even more than 2 hours instead of like 1 hour. Is it true that it only works in PvP or not? Honestly, I didn't bother testing. I just heard it from so many people that were like, oh, I'll just go do it in PvP, I guess. Also, just so we wouldn't waste the time going somewhere else, because I still need the PvP for points and everything. But honestly, I have no clue. It'd be weird if they only did work in PvP. But it's not really worthwhile to try to utilize them. Especially if they're both active at once. And even if you could get max value from them, it's not that much. Like, we're talking a couple 100,000 gold and, like, a few tens of thousands of souls. I guess earlier on in the game that could be considered a lot, but this late in the game, that's like 0 of both. A couple 100,000 gold and tens of thousands of souls is basically 0 of both the two currency. At least relative to where we're at in the game. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's supposed to work anywhere. But I guess currently it doesn't currently work everywhere. So right now it only works in PvP, but it's supposed to work everywhere in the game. So that makes sense. Because I could have sworn they were supposed to work everywhere, but, yeah, I guess that is their intention, but they currently don't do so. If you want to get ready for a Wilds, go play Worlds. Why? To save data carry over or something? I thought every Monster Hunter game isn't like their own ecosystem. It's not like Pokemon, right? It's not like you could just bring over like all your best equipment from the previous game into the next game. Doesn't it get hard reset like literally every game? Like the mechanics would stay mostly the same. But doesn't all progress get hard reset every Monster Hunter game? Because I don't think they adopted the Pokemon formula. Speaking of which, I don't even know what Pokemon I could bring into the new DLC that just dropped literally days ago. We'll find out on Wednesday. We're streaming it Wednesday, Thursday next week. It's the earliest I have time to do so. See which ones can finally come out of the prison of Pokemon Home. Might not even use any of them for the playthrough, though. You really like the Sushi Diver game? Oh yeah, Dave the Diver was a lot of fun. They won a couple things at the Game Awards as well. I think they also came out with some DLC that comes out today, actually. Wasn't it today? It was either the 16th or the 18th. Yeah, I believe they just dropped some new DLC today. I'm not sure if it's free DLC or paid DLC. But yeah, I need to go play it at some point. I think they added like some more harder modes and some other stuff and some DLC. It might be paid DLC though, but I'll still play it at some point soon. And soon, I mean, I have no clue when. At some point, we need to. Because they've done a major update since I've played it, and they've released a DLC, like, literally today or in a few days. Both of which I've never played yet. On a new account, where should you spend glory? You should spend it on the glory troop available every single week. Ideally, to max whatever the glory troop is every single week. And if you have a lot of Spire, you should be spending 1,800 after that on getting 10 event keys every single week. And if you still have Spears after that, if you're earning that much glory, you should be spending it on glory keys. But the first priority is whatever the new glory troop is. The next priority is 10 glory keys. Or sorry, 10 event keys, which is 1,800 glory. There's a 10 cap per week, which is why I say 10. Then after that is maxing the new glory troop. And after that is just dump it all into glory keys. If you still have Spare after that. Hey, double glory and a soul. We ain't get anything good here. Anything good, anything good. We got average. We'll take it. We mid-rolled literally everything. Well, you don't count, you have nothing. But otherwise, we mid-rolled all the drops, which is fine. Better than low-rolling them. Alright, let's go get our tally. Oh, here's the redeem code we just handed out. Same loot as always. True treasure maps, 1 gem key, 200 souls, 2,500 gold. I thought that was what it was. And it was. Anyways, let me go do the tallies. Where are we at right now? We are at, what is that? 11 event keys and 100. Oh, we did really bad on vault keys that time. Oh, no. Where'd all my vault keys go? That's not a number. There we go. Yeah, where'd all of our vault keys go? We got, like, none that time. Got an average amount of epics, though. But the actual vault keys themselves was, like, 16. A little under. That's not good. Well, we're basically at drop rate for Volkeys now. As well as Epic Volkeys. We're actually exactly at drop rate for both. This is pretty much the exact number you should have at this point. 101. Actually, I think that's literally like the exact you should have at this point, because of how the Volkey ratio breaks down. 101 Volkeys and 11 epics. That's kind of funny. But anyways, let's keep going. How many more Paloozas do we have left? Because we are at like 0. We might just throw down every Palooza we have. How many do we have left? Gotta throw at least 2 more tonight for sure. 100%. I think we'll throw 2 more and then probably focus a little bit on the PvP. And then whatever we still need, we'll probably do tomorrow night. Which means we'll probably do like almost 2 hours of Palooza tomorrow night then. To finish up the week. That'll probably be the game plan then. 2 more Paloozas, this one and next one. And then to get a little bit of PvP in there. And then tomorrow we'll finish up the rest of PvP, whatever we still need for verses. And we'll be good to go. Because that means by the end of this stream we'll hit the halfway point. Which means we have to do the other half all tomorrow, but that shouldn't be that big a deal. Shouldn't take that long. And if it does, we'll be streaming till midnight tomorrow. I'll find out. It's definitely going to take at least like probably a 3-hour stream tomorrow night. What other half? Well, we're going to hit about 150 Volt Keys total by tonight. And I normally make it a goal to try to hit about 300 Volt Keys each Vault weekend. Which if we evenly distributed it would be 100 a day. This time around, we're not quite evenly distributing it. Wayhelm seems to be a good place for you. I'm pretty sure it has no effect if you're referring to the running Paloozas or gnomes there or something. Though it always does feel like a kingdom's like slightly better for 1 week. But it should have absolutely no effect. I shouldn't say that. It does determine what trait stones you get. Right now I'm in a green-red location, so we're actually getting a bunch of green-red trait stones, which of course we don't need this late in the game. But earlier on, that can actually be a little relevant. Where you throw a Palooza down purely for what trait stones you get, passively while doing it. Like if you still need to go max out your Mirage Queen, you'd probably be doing in Missa Scales. Usually get the red-blue arcane there. I'll be dropping if playing Nomapaloozas outside of Vault weekend. You still get the same drops. The problem is the Vault key rate is way lower. Which is why you use them only during Vault events. Like, all the drops are still the same except for Vault keys, which are substantially lower. It's about 3 times less Vault keys. So right now we're getting about 20 Vault keys and 2 epics per Palooza we open. If we were to do this outside of a Vault event, we would only get about 6 or 7 Vault keys and 0 or 1 epic Vault keys. So you would still get some, but it would be substantially nerfed compared to just waiting until a Vault weekend. Why do we do it in Wild Plains? Wild Plains is one of the few locations where you can verse farm with a 1-shot 20 damage Dust Devil. With a team of 1 Dust Devil and 3 Iron Hawks. So I just happen to use my Paloozas there as well. There are still 3 locations I believe you can get away with it. It is Wild Plains, Center Mirage, and Zoom. I believe they're the last 3 locations where you can kill with 20 damage consistently. Other than the Mythic, of course, and the Gnomes that survive. But the reason why I still do it here when I'm doing a verse, because we can technically do a Palooza anywheres. But the only reason I still do it here is because I go back to verse farming sometimes. It won't be this stream. But, I don't know, it's just where I go to for all my Vault weekend needs. Either here or Center Mirage. But Center Mirage was getting so many, like, 10% weeks, I just went back to Wild Plains for a while. And we're still there. But yeah, the kingdom doesn't really matter too much when we're running this. Like, specifically a Palooza. Like, it is pretty much irrelevant to us since I don't need the trait stones. You can click any of them as long as you set to explore one. Which is one of the other reasons why I click these few. They're already all at explore 1. I like keeping the other ones at 12 for when we do, when we actually do farm for tokens. Which I haven't done in a long while. But you can tell because some of our stacks of trait stones are so low. Or not trait stones, some of our stacks of metals are so very low. Particularly low rarity ones that we never get more of these days. Actually, I think I've been getting more tokens from dead ends in Underspire than I have been from actual Explorer. I've been doing so little Explore 12. Honestly, this year is probably the least amount of Explore 12 I've ever done since it has existed. It's been out for a good, like, 5-6 years now. It was mostly due to last December's update when they added those special orbs. Because they had the glory, silver, and gold orbs, glory orbs. Not to get confused with the actual glory currency. But they allow you to bronze, silver, and gold elite level troops. Which made the need to farm for tokens and metals and stuff like that a lot less needed. Particularly for mythics. Which was the biggest bottleneck for the longest time. Yeah, as long as you set it to level 1, it does not matter where you use a Nomapalooza. They will all be equally as weak as what we're facing right now. The only real difference is what trait stones you get. And since I don't need any, I just click on whatever one I already do my verse farming in. Which is Wild Plains. Open vault key at this event better than normal day? No. Even though Paloozas are better to do during a vault event, your vault keys that you actually open are better to do not during a vault event. The reason for this is they have the same loot. So it is actually better to open them after a vault event, not because their loot is better, but because you could be using that time to just farm more vault keys. So it is technically better to open vault keys when it's not vault event. But you should always open your Paloozas during Vault Event. But the Vault Keys themselves you get from the Vault Event, you generally open after. Because they're the same value during or after, so it's technically better value to use them when you, after the fact. Because if you use them during, that's time you could have been just getting more keys. Whereas after the fact, you can't really get more keys. You can, but you know, not at the boosted rate. It's kind of weird how that is. Yeah, Palooza's better during Vault Event. Vault Key's better not during Vault Event, essentially. Kind of weird given that one of the biggest rewards you get from Vault Events are, you know, Vault Keys. It's actually better to use them after. Which is why we normally open all of our Vault Keys in between Vault Events these days. For one, it makes it really easy to count them. Because if we have 0, then we know exactly how many Vault Keys we got. As it's however many Vault Keys we have. Which makes that number very simple. But also because it's just better to open them in between. Yeah, Dragonite now. First one to pop up this section. Come on, 10 or higher. Something good. How much Dragonite? Oh, I only got 6. Yeah, they're nerfed quite a bit during Paloozas. Especially at this low level of an Explorer. But every little bit adds up. For whenever the next set of dragons come out, eventually. It's more so a matter of when than if. Hey, another one. Oh, I denied my yellow I needed. He knows. Well, I guess it makes sense. Literally everything on my team is yellow. Which is something kind of funny about this team. This actually is a 4x yellow team. You would never use it in anything that's 4x yellow restriction, though. But it is technically a 4x yellow team. I do wish Ironhawk had pre-nerf ability, though. They actually nerfed its ability right before it came out. It was originally going to do 20 Doom Skulls instead of its current 12, which would have been 100 damage when it explodes instead of 60. Because Ironhawk is pretty notorious for only really having a final trait and not really using its ability. And its ability was actually originally going to be like half decent, but then they nerfed it like right before it came out. So it's never actually had the better ability. Got nerfed like the week before it was going to come out, which is unfortunate. I'd really like to see what it would have been like with a good ability on him instead of just a good final trait. Please click. There we go. The amount of misclicks that just occurred. What can't you get from keys? Well, it depends what key. A lot of keys have different drops. I would say the main one is Deeds. Deeds is a pretty noteworthy currency that you can get the gems to get the Deeds, but you can't get Deeds directly. So there's a few other resources like that that you can't get directly from keys, but theoretically almost everything can be tracked back to keys. Given that some of the lower level keys like Gold and Glory can give you gems, and gems goes into nearly everything in the game. They Zeppelin the Ironhawk's ability straight into the ground. That's funny. Aircraft jokes. Well, there's a lot of things other than these that aren't in keys either. Like those curse runes from Underworld. The PvP tokens from PvP. Oddly enough, ingots were actually removed from them. They actually were at one point, but I believe every key has removed ingots from them. Or am I forgetting of one? But originally, when ingots were first added, they were added, but then they kind of overfilled the loot table a little bit too much. And I believe at this point, every key has actually removed it from its drop table. Unless there was one that has a peripheral of it, I can't remember. I barely even open keys these much. Like, other than when a new mythic comes out, I pretty much don't even touch the key system in the game. Well, you know, as far as, like, the Glory Gem Guild VIP chest, gold key kind of system. Other than last weekend where we opened, like, tens of thousands of them. For science. Because last weekend we opened like 130,000 gold keys and like, how many gold glory keys was it? 20, 30,000? Some kind of big amount. I don't remember. Oh, I think we opened 10,000. Because we got 11 mythics from it. And that's how many mythics you would get from opening it. Well, technically you should get 10, but we got lucky on one. That was a repeat mythic, so to some degree we technically still only got 10. We actually got 2 Great Kings. Which reminds me, I haven't actually used Great King for any of the restrictions yet. It's really good for brown, blue, and purple. Oh, in all fairness, 2 of those colors did not exist this week for PvP. I might try it out next week. Particularly for blue. I feel like he'd be really good for blue. Into like a rope dart true damage team. I actually almost run the exact team for Blue Guild War now that I think about it. Unless I've changed it recently. Because it was something like rope dart, Beatrix, Grey King, something else for Blue Day. I forget what the 4th option was. But honestly, I think I might run something pretty similar for the PvP system. It just covers pretty much everything pretty good. You also don't have to worry about being penalized for true damage in PvP. Like you do in Guild War. Yeah, ingots are a very weird currency. There's a lot of things that are really weird about them. They have no infinite sync. They have no sync at all, to be honest. You can't upgrade them into Forge Scrolls, which is also kind of weird. Even if it costs a little bit of cursor, and it's just weird that you can't do it at all. What else? Oh no, there's just nothing about them. They were literally just added so you could upgrade weapons some, and then They had the exact same trait stone problem, which is weird because even back then when they were added, trait stones were still in a position where, you know, they were kind of pointless. And then they added ingots and added like the same system almost. And then those became useless. So now we have multi-dead currency of both the trait stones and the ingots. And give it a few seconds. And we'll need one more Palooza. Oh, so half of them are good there, half of them are not. What do we get? We got, oh, we low rolled everything. Didn't even get anything extra, really. Just a little bit of glory and shards. Because ingots don't exist. There we go. Let's collect tribute. Let's go tally up where our number is right now. Again, a below average Palooza. Kind of unfortunate. We only got one epic vault key and 16 keys. Come on, we need some better ones this weekend. And that brings us to 6 Paloozas. There we go. Alright, where are we on remaining Paloozas right now? Like numerically, 2? 1? 0? No, we definitely don't have 0. Alright. Yeah, we definitely gotta run one more, and then I guess we'll mess with PvP just for a little bit. See if we get like 50 tokens real quick. Finish most of the... honestly, most of the rest of the PvP grind I'll probably finish off stream tomorrow. Though we'll definitely make sure to finish whatever the last remaining is on stream. And also, we need to go farm some more verses throughout the day tomorrow. Didn't realize it was so low. I'll definitely have more time to do so tomorrow compared to today. Yeah, based on where our current luck is, we're gonna need at least 6 more Paloozas. Or no, not 6 more. Well, I guess 6 more to be on the safe side. Well, we need anywhere from 4 to 6 more. 6 would be a bit overkill, but it would definitely make sure we got enough, that's for sure. Even with, like, absurdly unluckiness. Though with average luck, we can actually make it with 4 more. Yeah, you open vault keys on Monday. Or on any day that isn't Vault event. Yeah, I do hope from all the vault keys we get this weekend, we actually get a good amount of gems, because we've been really low on gems lately. I think it's mostly Under Spire that's been doing it. It's a combination of Under Spire and Merchant. Because Under Spire on its own, honestly, is not sinking that many gems. The problem is Merchants. Because they take a small amount here and there. But that small amount can be literal thousands an hour if you take all the good offers that you get in an hour. Like, it is insane how much they chew through gems if you let them. Like, you're getting a lot of value from it. But just so many gems. And the problem is there really isn't much of an alternative. Like, to getting, like, deep books and everything. Luckily, this most recent patch did add another way. Through the PvP system. Gotta resist the urge to buy them? Well, honestly, there's not too many of them that we really need. Other than the one for gold and everything. As far as the ones that actually require gems, I feel like the only ones that are, like, super auto-buy are Purple Deeds and Imperials. Everything else I should honestly stop clicking. And just only click on Purple Deeds and Imperials. As far as the gem-locked ones. Because I've been buying almost every deed that ever shows up there. I should really just prioritize only purple deeds. And Imperials will still need just to, you know, feed all the deeds we're getting. And deed books and everything. Catch you later, Supernova. Hope you have a good night. Thanks for stopping by. We're probably going for about another 15-ish minutes. Maybe actually a bit longer than that. We'll do a little bit of PvP after. So we're still going longer than the timer. Yeah, I haven't tried a new Underspire. It's pretty fun. Honestly, I've enjoyed it a lot. As far as, like, dungeon-like content that they've added to the game, I would say it's probably the best one. They basically took what worked for every other version and added it all in one. Minus that trinket system that does nothing. But aside from that, it basically combined every viable option from every mode. It just kind of smacked it all into one mode. Honestly, it's been one of my more favorite content they've added in the game recently. The only big downside of it is it does add to the amount of dailies in the game. It's a daily that could take around like 10, 15-ish minutes or so. Though it is pretty optional. But the loot you get from it's pretty good. You get a bronze medal, or a bronze glory medal. Why do I keep saying medal? Well, basically because you use them instead of medals. But you get a glory token. Well, that's also the wrong way. How do we even describe them? A glory orb for bronze, silver, and gold. A pet orb. And what other loot do you get? A little bit of knick-knack stuff here and there. Where's the other big drop? I guess that was basically it. It was mostly just for the glory orbs, honestly. They're just that good. Particularly the silver and gold. But even if you're just doing the free battle, you will always be able to get the bronze one from the first section. And you can even double it with the free lantern you get every week. The one other strategy is to do it for free multiple weeks in a row. Hoard all your lanterns. Then, like, once a month, go really deep into it. So you can double your silver, double your gold, maybe even double the pet orb. That way it doesn't cost you nearly as many gems, and you can still double all the better loot without spending any money. Halfway through the final Palooza. Not the final one for the weekend, but the final one for now. As far as this weekend, we'll probably need to throw about another 6, I want to say. Which means I do need to go farm like 5 Paloozas tomorrow. Hopefully we'll get lucky on them. So hopefully we'll get some during the PvP grind. I don't really expect to get any during it, but it would be nice. Just because the rate is so much slower. Like, some of those almost take like a minute to win. Like the Stormheim restriction one. It's a very slow restriction, regardless of what team you run. Also because everything's like a very bulky team that has so many stats. Hey, Epic Volky, nice. I've been doing too good on them tonight. We started off really good on them. Actually, we're still at drop rate, so I guess that's fine. If we find one more Epic Volky this Palooza, we are exactly at drop rate. So I guess we're not actually below on them. We're just not ahead of them now, so it feels like we have none. We're actually like at exact drop rate. It's time consuming. What is Underspire? Yeah, Underspire, it can take about, especially with weaker teams. If you go through the entirety of Underspire, I think it can take about 2 hours across an entire week. But you can spread it out pretty evenly. And while that torch system of how many torches you can buy resets per day, you can still preemptively buy like X number. I meant Vault Weekend. Vault Weekend's as time consuming as you make it. You can play it for a few hours, you can play it for like 30 hours. But I feel like on average, I probably play it for like 10 to 20 hours these days. Every Vault event weekend. It really just depends what I have going on that weekend. Like next weekend, actually never mind, we don't have a Vault weekend next weekend. I was gonna say, unless they do a surprise one. I was gonna say next weekend I'll be pretty busy with the holidays. And this weekend I've been slightly busy with pre-holidays. A lot of last-minute shopping. Like last-minute shopping. Losing track of time. Can't believe it's almost the end of the year already as well. I feel like every December these days, the last 3 weeks of December last for like 3 days. It just goes by so quick. Hey, Dragonite Gnome. A little too early. Could have came right at the end, would have been perfect. Yeah, we should have a surprise Vault event. They have done that before for Christmas weekend. I think the last time they did it was like 2 or 3 years ago, though. But they have done it before. Wouldn't be unprecedented. Which is one of the reasons why I said the other day we might still have one, you never know. But, I'm not sure. It's currently not scheduled, but they could easily just throw one out whenever they feel like it, if they really want to. Seven-day Vault weekend or week for Christmas week. They haven't done that in a while. Vault weekend that lasts more than 3 days. That's something else they've also done before, but it's been a long while since we've gotten one like that. Like a midweek Vault. I think the last time we had a midweek Vault weekend, gosh, or you know, week at that point, not even weekend. That was like 3-4 years ago, and they've only done it like twice, I think, ever, or 3 times ever. They're really rare. After this Palooza ends, I think we'll do a little bit of PvP. Just for the fun of it. I've still been enjoying the new PvP system. I'll enjoy it more once we see actual PvP teams. I say that, though I might actually enjoy it less. We'll find out. Because it's going to be a gigantic headache. It would be cool to kind of see like everyone else's numbers moving. I think the fun thing that would be actually the most fun is like the top 30 thing in your bracket. Like trying to compete for that I feel like would be fun. The actual battles are going to be a nightmare in a couple weeks, though, once all of them have actual real teams there, though. Because in the categories that have bad options, or have an option that requires something really specific, like Orc, luckily we have it. But anyone who doesn't have, like, triple or quad Eye of Argus for Orc Day, it's going to be a nightmare when every team you fight is going to be Hero, triple Eye of Argus, or 4 Eye of Argus. Like, if you're running, like, Hero, double Empower into, or even just triple Empower, you have the 2 Skull Converters and the 1 Mana Accumulator Converter. Like, that's going to be a nightmare to face when everyone's running just, like, straight Mythics. But it'll be interesting to see how it pans out, ultimately. Alright, the final Palooza. Let's see what our tally's at. And we should be pretty much exactly at the halfway mark. And the other half is for them all. And we need to get that silver mark to be a bigger number. Almost want to go for all 4s. Unfortunately, can't get a 4 there. What am I looking for? I'm looking for Volkeys. Once again, a below average Volkey. Not sure what's happening with them. Let's see, we're at 28, which means, okay, at least we got an okay amount of epic Volkeys. We're above the curve on epics now. But our Volkeys have been doing really bad all of a sudden. We're actually 5 keys down. We should have 5 more keys than what we have right now. A little unfortunate. Not sure if I'm just doing the Palooza slower or if we're just getting unlucky. Or a combination of both. And of course we have the Pity. So counting Pity, we're already halfway there, of course. Pity does have diminishing return. But we're still pretty much halfway there. Which means by 14 Palooza... Oh gosh, I really need to go farm some Paloozas tomorrow though. Anyways. Not quite done yet. Let's go do some PvP. We just covered a whole video on a bunch of teams. However, let's go get some points. Do like 3 of these. 3 of these will get us exactly how many points I need right now. Oh, I really hate the Stormheim one, though. I almost feel like dodging this one. I feel like out of every restriction this week, this one is the worst. The 4x Stormheim. Though I can technically run the same thing as the other team that we have for the other one. Let's keep running Baldur. Baldur, in theory, when it works, is great. The problem is it never works. It works like 1 in 5 battles. Where you get them all very quickly to full mana, you then just spam Baldur until you win, and then boom, it's done. It's so rare that it works that perfectly. But when it does, makes it all worth it. Should let the other guy get full mana. He's 1 mana off from us instantly winning there. I'm gonna have to get all my mana again. Just so we can poke. And there we go. Currently the way that PvP works right now is there's a lot of placeholder teams until every single one has cycled at least once. Which we won't be fully done until at least a couple weeks from now. Like, the whole PvP system, even though we have it right now, technically won't be functioning, like, fully as intended. Until probably early next year. Because we need every event to roll around at least once. Like, you know, every restriction when I say every event. Because what battles we have this week will be completely different than the battles we have next week. No, I just killed my hero. Honestly, I was considering skipping on this fight. This guy's actually really annoying to kill with this team. He has 65% score reduction. And while we do have Enrage on our first slot is now dead. Yeah, he's really tanky on skulls. So much so, he's still not dead. He's still not dead. There we go, gosh. Let me tag it. There we go. 2 down, 3 to go. In the slowest possible section. I can't even take any red over there. Just cascade it all and try to get something going. It's always the big issue with this team. I almost feel like putting that one giant that has that one weird convert for those blue giant gems. Because AI doesn't really prioritize taking them. Hey, free blue mana. Yeah, it's really good value to actually chase around for those little mark thingies. You get a bunch of silver marks from PvP now. A new currency that they added in the most recent patch. It's used to buy a bunch of pets and a few other things. Mostly the pets, though. I want to make sure we get enough of these by the end of this weekend. So that we have enough to get one copy of both. So far, we already got the other one. I think we just need 300 more for the other one. Like 300 something. Pretty much there. It's not that many left. Oh, you got mana again. The other guy doesn't have any, so I'll just go for it. Otherwise, I would have waited till the other one got a little more. All I have to do is just take blue. Oh, we're going to waste so much damage here is the only problem. I don't want to get both of them to full. I didn't waste that much. Now we just hammer him. Hammer him to death. There we go. Ooh, 51-1 in the middle. And there's nothing even hard in this fight. It's all easy stuff. Oh, I should have taken that blue the previous turn. Didn't even see it down there. So I love that that thing just creates Uber Doom Skulls for no reason. And literally just kills itself out. It's one of the weird mythics in the game. I wouldn't call it the worst mythic in the game, but it has a weird mechanic that kills itself. Which is definitely not something you want on a mythic. There we go, 20 silver marks. I gotta get at least another 20. Do we have a section where we could do it all at once? We're gonna do two smaller sections. Ah, perfect. We can do it all at once. On a team that doesn't take a billion years to win. A little slower than the other one, but still pretty quick. Yeah, Skull Team, depending on your stats, the Skull Team's probably not worth it. We do have the stats to get away with it, though, luckily. But yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about the Baldur team. It's fun to use, but it just takes so long to get going. I should really just replace it with the other giant team that we're using for Stormheim. I mean, for giant restriction. Because my giant restriction team can also be used for Stormheim. It's actually the same team. But, you know, they're both a 4 times giant Stormheim team. So they're interchangeable. Yeah, we'll do 4 more fights here, and then we'll end it there. And then tomorrow's goals are get 300 Volkies, counting Pity, counting Epic. And get the final pet, PvP pet. So we'll have both the 2 new PvP pets. The only 2 you can really own, not counting the gold ones that we're not going to bother for a while. We got a free hit there. Oh wow, we got a skull too. Gosh, that thing hits so hard. That thing hits way harder than it should for what kind of troop it is. It is somehow the best caster and the best skull damager that this typing has. Like, it makes sense why it does. Because Strix have a bunch of random attacking for no reason, so they were like, we should go utilize it for something. But it's just kind of weird that they made this troop the best of everything, pretty much. Other than AoE damage from the kingdom. But aside from that, it is like the best of everything. The only thing it's missing is like a link. Because it can't, because it had the Pathfinder. But otherwise, it would have almost like a perfect trade setup. If it was like Eagle Eye, Agile, and like Air Link. Unfortunately, it is a journey troop, so it does have the journey trait. How many more fights do we need here? I think it's just what, 1, 2? We need 2 more. And now bring us to 440 then. That means tomorrow we need to get what, 310? Which sounds like a lot, but you have to keep in mind we've gotten 1,500. Or we're going to need to get 1,500. And we only need 310 towards it. So we're already 4/5 the way there. So it sounds like a lot, but it's not a lot. Given that the patch just came on Wednesday. Which means if I just do as much as I've done every day so far, we'll be fine. Does that basically mean we did on average 300 a day since the patch came out? If we do the same tomorrow, we'll be golden. Alright, final fight, and we'll call it a night for now. That does mean tomorrow night we're probably going to be going for about 3 to 4 hours. Because tomorrow night doesn't end until our total key number is 300, and our, we own all the pets. Well, all the pets we can. Those are the 2 main goals. Get the last PvP pet, and, get our vault key to the number we normally get. I'll catch you later, Isabel. Thanks for stopping by. Actually, goodbye, everyone, at this point. As soon as we kill out this fight, we're out of here, too. Alright, and there we go. Yeah, tomorrow night, probably around 3-ish hours. Might even hand out an extra code as well. And we have 2 very clear goals. Get the final PvP pet we need, which is about 300 more silver marks, most of which I'll probably have before the stream even starts tomorrow. They'll make sure to save the last of the grind for the stream itself. We'll probably get to like 700 and then do the last like 50 on stream or something. And then, yeah, doing the rest of the vault grind. And hopefully I'll be able to get all the paloozas for it during the day. Which I'm not sure if we will. We're actually going to need like 6-7 paloozas. But hopefully we will. And we'll be good to go. Anyways, guys, I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your weekend. Best of luck if you're going to be doing it in the vault grind or anything else. And I will catch you guys soon. Goodbye. And thanks for stopping by as always. Greatly, greatly, greatly appreciated. And enjoy the holidays. Stay warm out there. And see you guys soon. Goodbye, everyone. Thanks for watching.